Hello everyone, I'm Tom Nesmith and I'm here at my usual haunt at the University of Manitoba in the Archival Studies program. It gives me great pleasure to join my Manitoba colleagues in inviting you to the ACA conference in 2013 in Winnipeg. These are obviously very difficult times for the archival profession in Canada due to the recent draconian federal budget cuts. Important strides have been made in responding to this crisis. The upcoming ACA conferences provide key opportunities for us to come together to further these efforts now underway. And so may the spirit of On to Ottawa bring you on to Winnipeg in 2013. I look forward to seeing you here then. Thank you. Oh, and we'll have some fun too. This is Winnipeg after all, and we know how to throw a party.
This is just a regular Friday in the What is this?
Oh, the streets, Grand Theft Auto, San Andreas, filled with smoke. The doorbell rings. I put my controller down and pick it up.
The City Archives is part of a cultural precinct in the downtown of Winnipeg, which will soon be joined by the Human Rights Museum, and also is part of the Hudson's Bay Company Archives, the Provincial Archives, the archives at the University of Winnipeg. We're part of a community here. We work with the school next door. They come here for tours and just to see what their neighbors are all about. We bring them in and we show them kind of what we do in here, and then they're welcome to come and see us on other occasions too. Actually, we're doing a shoe drive for them right now. We're close to the Exchange District in the summer, which is when you'll be here. There's lots of free concerts, just about 5 minutes walk from the archives. And hey, if you want to come in, then you have to come to Winnipeg.
Later, the darkness hits reboot, and the loneliness increases. Said she'd come back home when I write my master's thesis. Oh, the hours I spent in the archives wearing cotton gloves, shuffling.
We're standing in the visual vault of the Hudson's Bay Company Archives at the Archives of Manitoba, and I'm here to invite you to attend the conference the ACA conference in Winnipeg next year. Winnipeg offers a lot of things, but archivally it offers something very special. As I like to tell my provincial and territorial archivists, all provincial archives are equal, but some are more equal. And in this case here we have the Hudson's Bay Company Archives, the only provincial archive that has a UNESCO designation attached to it. In downtown Winnipeg, the Archives of Manitoba is a mere 200 meters from the Delta, the conference hotel, so it'll be very easy for people to come down here. We plan to offer a lot of tours and a lot of other things that will entice people to visit our building while they're in town for their tour. I'll just close by something that I know will entice a lot of ACA members, especially some of our older members, and that is Winnipeg is, I believe, the only airport that actually has a liquor store in it that you can grab all you need on your way into the city. See you in Winnipeg.
Photos from the 9 Sanatorium, Halloween parties, emaciated ghosts hiding in those curtains creases. Let you haunt the world when I write my master's thesis. No more marking.
You should come to Winnipeg and you should play in the softball game. We are going to get a great park lined up and make sure there's food there so you won't starve.
Sources.
On behalf of all of us at the Delta Winnipeg, we look forward to welcoming the Canadian Archivists in 2013 to the Delta Winnipeg.
To say that I don't need to take their stupid test. Greet me with banners and balloons, and my hard drive smashed to pieces. Nothing left for me to save when I write my master's thesis.
Alors, bienvenue au Manitoba, particulièrement à la ville de Winnipeg. Ici, à Saint-Boniface, qui est un des quartiers de la ville de Winnipeg, vous allez trouver une communauté francophone très dynamique. C'est la plus grande communauté francophone à l'ouest d'Ottawa. En particulier, la communauté des artistes est très, très vibrante. Vous allez retrouver dans l'art visuel des artistes très inspirants. Il y a entre autres, par exemple, un jardin de sculpture où on retrouve des sculptures de francophones de l'Ouest canadien. Et vous allez aussi voir au musée de Saint-Boniface, par exemple, du côté du patrimoine, la plus grande collection d'objets réels au monde. Et ici, au centre du patrimoine, vous allez découvrir aussi les documents, les écrits de Louis Riel. C'est la deuxième plus grande collection d'écrits de Louis Riel au monde aussi. In Winnipeg, well, in Manitoba generally, you will find a lot of archival centers that are dedicated to the different groups of people represented here from different countries. You will find archives of the Ukrainian community, of the Mennonite community, the Jewish community, and here in particular you have the archives of Francophone and Métis for Manitoba. The archival community is a very committed group of archivists. They are very passionate about their work, and they are people who will really be very happy to greet you here and you know, spend time with you and make you explore the city of Winnipeg.
Late afternoon, another day is nearly done. A darker gray is breaking through a lighter one. 1,000 sharpened elbows in the underground.
Now, a lot of people know that that Winnipeg is the center of the country, and that people used to come here and meet. So this has been a meeting spot for Aboriginal people for thousands of years. The trains used to come and people would meet here before they headed out west or stayed. I think we have achieved a certain measure of the bazaar. So we can offer things like Guy Madden, who is, I would say, a master of the bazaar and auteur filmmaker. The Hermetic Code that infuses the legislative building with different Rosicrucian and Hermetic references. And of course the University of Manitoba Archives has done its part by offering up the Hamilton family seance photos. You know, we have an abundance of nude statues. We have on the top of the legislative buildings, we have the Golden Boy, who is essentially a young man, nude, holding a sheaf of wheat. Of course, you can't see very much unless you really get close up with the binoculars, but you know, we also have the Louis Riel statue, which was a very controversial nude, and unfortunately he's cloaked now, but you know, you do have opportunities, let's say. And so, yeah, there's plenty of full frontal male nudity. Even though it's an austere beauty, there's beauty in the industrial side of it. Like, there's just something about the buildings, the bridges, that one doesn't really find in any other city in Canada. That's what I'd say, is that it's unique in that sense. What is my favorite thing about Winnipeg? Well, I do enjoy the culture. There's just so many cultural activities, and it is, okay, it's the traffic. It's the lack of traffic and the good parking. You can jump into the car like, 20 minutes before the ballet is about to start and scream downtown, get parking, get into the place, sit down, and you're there. And so you're just more likely to do things because it's easy to do. Easy to get out to, a park and go hiking, or, there isn't the barriers that you get in other cities. You know what? Maybe I take that back. I think probably my favorite thing is the Exchange District. It just feels like you're in a totally different world. You know what? The Hamilton collection, the Seance collection. That's one of my favorite, I have to admit.
And up above us all, leaning into sky, a golden business boy will watch the north end die and sing I love this town.
Hello fellow archivists, my name's Terry Cook and I'm a proud member of the Winnipeg community. It's my second home and I'd like to welcome everyone to ACA 2013. Do come to Winnipeg, come for the conference and stay for a holiday. Winnipeg is an amazing, friendly, historical, archival heartland, which I think you will very much enjoy. The home of Carol Shields and Louis Riel, both commemorated in historic sites, of Randy Bachman, Neil Young, the Guess Who, the Jets, the Bombers, Bill Morton, Jerry Friesen, a whole range of writers, artists, live theater, music, wonderful clubs, great restaurants, ethnic areas, places for wonderful summer walks along the banks of the Assiniboine or the Red, and where the Assiniboine and the Red meet, you've got the forks, literally the forks of the two rivers, and a dynamic redeveloped area with nightclubs, restaurants, stores, shops. Winnipeg's a fun place to be. It gets a bad reputation and it shouldn't. And as an archival community to welcome you, we have the world-famous Hudson's Bay Company archive. We've got dynamic provincial archives, city archives, university archives, ethnic archives, religious archives, corporate archives, and of course we have the Archival Studies program at the University of Manitoba. So there's lots of archivists, lots of archival programs that you can interact with, which you can visit. Please consider coming to Winnipeg in 2013. You'll enjoy ACA and you'll enjoy the city. I'm proud to call it my second home. I hope to see you there. Bye now.
Oh my God, yes, I want to go.